Hey, what's up? I'm here with Art of Dying. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
performing for us. What's up, dude? How's it going? Oh, sorry. I apologize immediately for my post-St. Patrick's Day laziness, as you just saw there.
We're with you, brother.
That's why we're wearing
Yeah, I've heard. At least you guys got shades, you know? Anyways, we got to do a quick interview because I know you got to go, but I guess, how does it feel to have the record coming out? Because it's going to come out soon, right?
Yeah, it's out March 22. Actually, I don't think we even have absorbed it yet that it's coming out. I think the day it drops and we're like holding it in our hands and going, wow, we did all this work, and now it's here.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So have you had like a moment to even digest that? I guess not, eh?
Not really, man. We filmed a video for Die Trying last week in LA, and that was the first time we saw the artwork printed out, and we were just, that was kind of trippy.
Big time.
Yeah.
Flipping through it and being like, oh yeah.
It's pretty exciting, but it's so,
That's cool.
We've just been super busy, so it's tough to really take a second and be like, whoa. You know?
Well, you guys just did that song, and I mean, on the record, it's totally different, right? It's like a way heavier song.
Oh yeah, it's heavy.
That's the acoustic version kind of thing, you know?
We love breaking it down, stripping it down, and just, we sing together all the time, and it's just like, once let those 3-part harmonies out, and it's just another side that we love to do.
What do you guys, well, I guess, you know, talk a little bit, I guess, about the rock side of it, sort of the metal side of the album, but there's also that sort of pop sort of sensibility, you know, a tight, catchy song.
Yeah, I think it's just, we try to make an honest record of who we are and what we're trying to say and how we like to hear music and play it, you know?
Yeah.
And it was picking the songs to be on the record. I mean, I think we all always wanted to be like heavy and driving all the way through. That's the type of music we love. And then sometimes you just listen to a song and really absorb the words, and you're like, you know what? That's heavy in a different way, you know?
Yeah.
So like songs like Best I Can and stuff like that are just, I don't know, sometimes I think they're heavier than Die Trying or whatever, you know, You Don't Know Me or whatever.
Now, you guys were mentioning Metallica and Megadeth before we hit record. Metallica or Megadeth? Which one?
It's a tough call. If you go just with the 80s,
Metallica.
Metallica. If you go 90s to now, Megadeth.
Yeah.
The Black record.
92 till now.
Totally.
Hard to deny how, you know, just Bob Rock, the Black record, just like crushing.
It was a big album, man. That's a weird one, because that's what got me into Metallica, I guess. But it was it was that 90s record, so it was, you know, Metallica fans are like, what? That's the album? Like, what the hell? That's not right. You should be going farther back. But
you know what's funny? Go back and listen to that record again, and you're like, wow, is this ever melodic? And not as heavy as I remembered it. You know what I mean? Like, there's some really amazing songs and ballads on there, too.
Have you guys had any sort of Metallica moments yet with the band? You know, any sort of ridiculous, crazy stuff where you're just like, this is not normal?
We were lucky enough to go play a Download Festival in England.
Yeah.
And Metallica was headlining the second day, and we were there. Pretty awesome, that festival in particular. They just put all the musicians together. And Greg, who's not here right now, but he's packing a trailer full of gear. Thank you, Greg. He had like one of the best moments of his life where he walked up to a group of people and got in a conversation just like this, and it was Lars, and it was Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains, and those are huge heroes of his and mine and ours, and that was probably the most special,
surreal moment.
Meeting Metallica was pretty crazy. And then they actually performed Master Puppets from front to start at that
no
show.
way.
It was just like a 10th anniversary of something, or maybe of that record. Does that make sense?
20th anniversary.
20th anniversary? I don't know.
Yeah,
but it was pretty incredible. And it was just, you know, Download Festival, there's 747s flying over top of you while Metallica's playing and fireworks are shooting up everywhere. It's like, am I fucking here? Is this happening?
It's very Metalocalypse of you guys. Did you guys see Deftones? They played that, right?
Yeah.
How were they? I just have to ask that. I saw it on your Wikipedia.
They're amazing. You know what? We're like stalking the Deftones. Because
Yeah,
everywhere we go,
We always cross paths with them, it seems like.
they're there and they're playing. And somehow we get into the show and
Nice.
pound beers and watch the Deftones, and they're always amazing every time.
Nice.
Yeah, nobody does that
And
like Chino.
wasn't it the last time in LA, Trujillo got up with Deftones?
Oh, cool.
to play?
Yeah, it was the
Metallica connection
And
right there.
the System of a Down dudes.
Yeah.
Right on.
Drummer and guitar player.
That's right.
Yeah,
I met Robert that night too, and it was like, who was this in with? The guy from singer from Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, cool. That would also
But
make sense.
I didn't know who he was, and he was like, "You really don't know who I am, do you?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, man." And he was like, that's fucking cool. Hey, Robert, get over here. You got to meet this guy. I'm like, hey.
I have to ask, I guess, sort of just I guess a quick history of the band. How long have you guys been playing together, and how'd you hook up, and where you from? And
we've been playing for years, man. Greg and I met in Vancouver, and I was actually playing on the street and just busking, trying to learn how to play and sing and stuff. And then we hooked up with these guys about 4 years ago, and just that's when Art of Dying really was born. And we just started over a beer in Toronto. We just kind of all gave each other that nod of, I think we're going to do this together.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys based here now, or are you?
I don't really have a base. I'm here.
Yeah.
These guys are at West, but usually when we get together, it's just to start a tour. So these guys just came in, and we're head for Chicago tomorrow.
Cool.
To start a tour.
Pretty much based in Regina, I think. Because
Yeah.
we just
In the middle.
We just try and meet somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys had to mail stuff back and forth a lot, or email stuff, you know?
Yeah, we're on
We
the
do.
deals.
Yeah, we do that a lot. We've been
Yeah.
together a lot, finishing Vices and Virtues over the last year. Just being in LA recording and being in Chicago recording and stuff. So
Cool.
we're together working on the records. But when we write at home, we just shoot around on email. Yeah.
Is it true? Apparently, Panic at the Disco has an album coming out the same day as you
Who's
guys,
that?
called Vices and Virtues.
Ah,
It's pretty weird, man. We were
You guys gonna throw down or what? Like,
Oh man, it's pretty
I don't know.
pretty ironic.
have a
but-
chat.
a little chat. If we ever play the same festival together, yeah, I think we'll ask them.
ask me about that
What's
one.
up with
gonna
that?
happen,
We actually wrote a song called Vices and Virtues before we went into the studio about a year and a half ago. And we kind of decided on the album title then. And I think their album was supposed to come out after ours, and they bumped it up to match ours. So we're just like, all right,
It's probably a coincidence, I guess.
Yeah.
coincidence?
No, it's not.
I think not.
Last two questions. Transformers. You guys there's a song in Transformers 3. Is this correct?
We can't talk about
Yes, there
Have
is.
you guys seen any footage from the movie or
Nothing.
No, okay.
Awesome, man.
Die Trying's going to be on the soundtrack, looks like. And
It's
we're
gonna be
just-
huge.
Oh, we're so happy to.
Poss-
Like, Transformers movies are probably the biggest,
It's one of the biggest
movies
franchises
of all
going.
time.
Yeah.
It's great.
We
Yeah.
might have another surprise on that soundtrack too, which we can.
Definitely can't talk about
Cool.
I love two songs, yeah.
Cool. And then I guess last question. What are you guys listening to now? What are you guys digging?
it. That's a great question. A lot of Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We play poker nonstop, and
Put on the Aerosmith
we usually
catalog.
throw Aerosmith catalog on and just hit random.
Like old Aerosmith or like Get a Grip?
The
The
whole
entire
thing.
catalog.
Everything, okay.
Let it fly, like
back.
just come out.
Right on.
Yeah,
put on
it's all
random.
good.
We listen to lots of newer bands like 3 Days and Darkest Days and stuff like that. We're buddies with them, so
Cool.
it's not all old school,
Yeah, and the tour we're about to go on, Avalanche, is like Stone Sour, Theory of a Dead Man, friends of ours too, and Skillet and Hailstorm, and a lot of that music's new to us, but man,
Yeah.
awesome lineup. Really.
Which again reminds me, Disturbed. There's a connection there. How did you guys hook up with them, and how did they end up sort of?
Big time.
Yeah.
You know what? We basically just passed a CD to a dude who passed it off to Dan Donegan, and he just called me up one day and said, I really like this. I was like, thanks. And next time phone rang, he asked us to open for them on tour,
Wow.
and we just accepted and went out and did 12 shows and played our hearts out every night. And they told us after the tour they had a label and called Intoxication, and we were like,
way.
well, it's kind of fitting because we're pretty hammered. And, and it was great. It was just like one of those things you don't
That's
know you're
vodka in
showcasing. It's funny because when you go showcase, it's so not rock and roll. It's so
Totally.
not
You're
fun.
working all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
and we never had to do that, so it was pretty nice to just go play shows and then have those guys come to us and say, let's do this.
Cool. Well, best of luck, guys.
Thanks,
Cheers.
appreciate it,
Thanks
man.
for coming
Thanks
in.
for having us, brother.
Totally.
Yeah.
Happy post St. Pat's.
Cheers, man. Good luck with that hangover.
Yeah.
For Guinness tonight or what?
Explore Music wears English Laundry apparel.